Hello and welcome to my second unboxing video. So this one is a little special to me because I've been trying to find this particular expansion for the Resident Evil 1 game for quite some time, and now I finally got it, so let's see what we got. So this is the Resident Evil Director's Cut Kickstarter edition, and what makes this special is that these were only limited editions, so there are only few limited prints of this Director's Cut edition, and they are always Kickstarter editions, so there's no anything like retail or anything. And this is indeed an expansion to the Resident Evil board game, so there's no point having this alone. And the second thing what makes this special is that even on eBay, these particularly sell for quite amount of a price, so $100, $200, maybe even $300. So they are really rare to come by. So if you have one of these, my recommendation is that you really treasure it. So yeah, this is still in plastic, so I haven't even opened it. We have nothing could prepare the special tactics and rescue service for this nightmare. One by one, each fell to the teeth or claws of increasingly bizarre and dangerous mutants, escaped from Umbrella's laboratories, and now roaming the grounds of the Spencer Mansion. Only the most fortunate and determined survived, their lives forever changed by the experiences and darkened by the outbreak. This is your opportunity to return and change those events, to save those that once fell and return them to the light, so they can be more than a memory, to allow the men and women of stars to shine brightly once more, ready to dispel Umbrella's foul shadow wherever it might come to rest. Their fates are in your hands. Proceed with caution and do so wisely. They're counting on you. So let's see what we get in this box. So yeah, this is one of my most waited expansions because I've been trying to find this for a very long time and I couldn't find it anywhere. But thanks to the small Facebook group who pointed me to the seller called Firestorm Cards, they commented on my search that they have few available, and so this led me of finally finding one of these. So let's see what do we get in the box itself. We have, oh no, it's already dented, please don't. So we have the same looking rule book. So this is the base game rule book, and this is the director's cut. So this probably contains lots of info about the cards. I'll take a look at it in a moment. But inside the box itself we have lots of miniatures. So I'm guessing these are the additional playable characters for the survivors. I wonder if this is Chris or someone else from the Stars team. Looks like somebody else. This looks like Barry, but advanced Barry, I would say, because in Resident Evil 3 there is a card called Advanced Jill. So this is Wesker, because he's red, so he's gonna be an enemy, definitely. A new miniature, fancy. Brains. These has to be Crimson Heads. There's no doubt about it. In base game, there's only one Crimson Head model, which is for Crimson Head prototype. Spiders. These are actually kind of cool looking. And I believe these are the snakes from the Yawn. From the Yawn spawns. I'm not sure what these are. I have actually no clue, but I guess we're gonna be finding out soon enough. More health track cards for the survivor deck, the ones who are in the reserve. To be totally honest, they are kind of useless. The health tracks, I don't keep track with them. I keep track with the bleeding tokens, which are, in my opinion, much more efficient to keep track for health. So what do we get? We get blue herbs. So these are item A's. We get removes poison from this character or another character in the same or an adjacent square. Okay, more lighters. Herbs, defensive items, ooh, and a grenade. And this is what I was looking forward to. I knew that this expansion had the knife only card, so another reason to get this. So in order to play the game with knife only, you have to have a card. Master of Knifing. So you roll one red die instead of a blue one. Do I have it in my inventory currently? I think I should have. So compared to the base game knife, so this is the base game. You roll one blue die, you get a push, and you get a 1 damage. You can do it from 1 square. But in a Master of Knifing, you get 1 red die, which is much more higher chance of hitting. You still hit from 1 square, but on a critical roll, you deal 2 damage. So compared to the base knife, this is much more advanced and better. And we have, so there are 2 knives. This is the Master of Knifing, and this is the knife only, as the card says. So you have to use this one if you want to play the game with knife alone. So 1 red die. This is a new icon, and this is the same icon that was present in Resident Evil 3, the Last Escape expansion. I believe this is instead of a push icon, when you roll a bullet, you push an enemy. But this icon, when you roll a bullet icon, you evade an enemy after the attack is resolved. So the zombie moves on you, and you get an evade automatically if you roll a bullet icon on the knife only card. This one is really exciting. So I'm really interested to see how it works in this game. So there are 1, 2, 3, and 4 knives. So 4 players can play this game with knives alone. Item cards. What are these? Mansion West item box. Interesting. This is a new card. This one I haven't actually seen. This item box can only be accessed during the following scenarios. First floor West A. Okay, so this is basically an item box card, but I have no idea how to use this, even though it says that you are allowed to access only on these scenarios. So interesting to see how this will work. What's this? There are a lot of these. Again, HP cards for reserve characters. I don't think I'm going to be using these. But what are these? They are one-sided with umbrella logo and two-sided. I have no idea what this is. Honestly, no idea. Does it say anything in here? It's called a suspicion cards. Interesting. Okay. Have no idea how or what or how that works, but I guess we'll find out. More tension cards, of course, and more encounter cards for the base game. So let's see, what do we get from these? So encounter cards give us... they spawn crows. Oh yeah, I actually didn't notice, but now we have crows in the game. Same thing happened with the Resident Evil 3, the last escape expansion. It also gave crow enemies and the spawn card for crows. So there are 1, 2, more zombies, of course, why not? More zombies, zombie. More Cerberuses, so dogs. Refresh item. This is a new one. This is an interesting one. So, how does this work exactly? A refresh item. Spawn 2 zombies. More dangerous encounters. Spawn 2 Cerberuses. Refresh item again. Spawn Cerberus. Spawn a web spinner, so this spawns spiders. Ooh, interesting. Spawn a hunter. Oh, great. So I'm guessing this is the hunter then. It looks kind of weird. But although there is a hunter in the base game already. So that's not a hunter. So what is it? Here it is. Spawn a chimera. So this is a chimera enemy. I have played Resident Evil 1 many times, the remaster and the original one, but I for some reason can't remember these enemies. Anyway. Spawn a gold tyrant. Oh dear. And refresh an item. Oh, lovely. So we have enemies. We have the enemy Wesker. So this is his AI deck. Gold Tyrant. Okay, unstoppable. After an attack is resolved against the Gold Tyrant, it moves 1 square towards the active character. Oh, lovely. And it has 20 HP. Wow. Lovely, lovely, lovely Tyrant. So, what else do we get? Oh, and I just noticed these don't have mission marks, so these one are the mission-based cards if you assign a character on a mission, but these ones don't have. I just noticed that. Spawn a zombie, forest sprayer. I don't know, is it this one? If the players have completed the Crypt's A scenario, remove this card from the game without resolving it, so it doesn't spawn anything. Spawn snakes, how lovely. Oh yeah, and these are numbered cards, so you are not allowed to add them until the game instructs you to add them. So I think you can add them into the encounter deck, but they are numbered, so keep that in mind. So you won't go adding just willy-nilly. Then we have additional characters. So this is the forest sprayer zombie. Moves 2, attacks from 0 range, and on a special attacks from 1. Snakes, web spinner, that spider, chimera, crows. What else do we have? We have crows. Zombie Albert Wesker. Oh, that's interesting. Never seen this one. Resistant. This enemy counts as a medium base for purposes of evade rolls. Interesting. You died. So I'm guessing these are, these are the rank cards. So in Resident Evil 3, The Last Escape, there is a ranking system added. So depending on how well you do in the whole game, you may draw one of these and it gives you the results. But I'm not sure how to implement this correctly. So maybe it tells you what number you need to add. You died, you failed your mission. So this is number 1 through 9. So these are the rankings. And then we have the narrative cards. We have the narrative cards, the red ones, and we have the mission cards, the blue ones. So there are a few of these. Proving their innocence, above and beyond, travel to item box. Okay. So far so good and interesting. I'm guessing these are the reserve characters in the game. So, yeah. We have Edward Dewey using a knife, pistol, and a first aid. Then we have Richard Aiken, now as a playable character. Before that, he was in the reserve. We couldn't play as him. Joseph Frost, again using knife, pistol, and first aid. Place him in adjacent square. Okay, so Enrico Marini, he is also in the reserve deck. Wasn't a playable character, but now he is. Keep your guard up. When the encounter card with the star symbol is drawn until the start of Enrico's next turn, each character can re-roll their failed evade rolls. Ooh, this is an interesting one. And he rolls even 2 evade dice. This is actually good. Kenneth J. Sullivan, I believe he was in the reserve deck. At least Wesker was. About this one I'm not sure, but he is a playable character. When Kenneth uses multiple herbs items in a single action, return one of the herb items in his inventory instead of discarding it. Interesting. And Wesker. Wesker wasn't a playable character, but now he is. So, pass unseen. When Wesker would remove an encounter token, he can draw the corresponding number of cards from the tension deck instead and leave the token in play. But that would leave the area for the next character who enters that room. Brad Vickers is now playable instead of being in reserve. Hit by an enemy attack. After resolving the attack, he can be placed in adjacent square. So basically a free movement. This is the Forest Sprayer. So the encounter card here, this one, spawn a zombie Forest Sprayer. So there's a zombie for this. Yeah. So he is a playable character. There's a zombie for him as well. That's an interesting choice, but we'll see. Lighter gun and a knife. And only 2 kerosene tokens. So this is the advanced, same advanced characters as in Resident Evil 3 The Last Escape, but this time we have Finisher. When Jill makes an attack, after rolling the dice, she can discard a kerosene token and add incapitating to the attack, so this blows the head off from the zombie, leaving no corpse behind. Quick reflexes. When the encounter card with the star symbol is drawn, Jill can immediately make an attack. Interesting. But why would you make an attack if there is no enemies? But we'll see. Advanced Rebecca Chambers. From the base game she is playable, but this is the advanced version. Each character in the square by the amount shown. Okay. Advanced Chris. When an encounter card with the star symbol is drawn, Chris can immediately reload weapon in his inventory to full. Oh, that's interesting. And a risky one, but high risk, high reward. Advanced Barry. playable in the base game. Advanced Joseph, Advanced Kenneth, Advanced Forrest, and these are the encounter cards for, I believe, yeah, for the crows, spiderlings. Place 3 wound tokens on this card, and spiderlings and sabotage. Search the item box for any weapon or healing items, then shuffle them together and discard a card at random. Okay, interesting. Is this one numbered? Yeah, it is. So again, the game will tell you when to add these cards. Pretty interesting so far. So yeah, this is everything that the box comes with. Advanced characters, trust cards, few item cards, lots of enemy spawn cards, narrative and mission cards. The problem with the Resident Evil 1 is that the narrative cards are used very sparingly, only one per tension deck per scenario. So there is a chance that you draw one at least. The problem is that it's very sparingly used. Clearing your name, animosity, assassination, dangerous to go alone, how convenient, what crow's nest. So this probably for the rest of the scenario, and they turn this spawn a crow in this tile. So if you don't draw this card, you won't be getting crows, and this goes to the bottom of the deck and reshuffled if the deck runs out. So yeah, these are all the cards that the game comes with. Actually, really exciting to try the knife mode especially. Ranking cards I never used, so need to find out more how to implement this into the game. Item cards, of course. Weapons, these are all gonna go into the base game. I'm gonna be using these as a addition to the base game. So even if the game doesn't tell you how to use this, I'm still gonna use this in the base game. So, and the blue items as well gonna go into the A deck. Lighter, this is an S card, so probably gonna add them as well to the S deck. Encounter cards, about this I'm not sure, so I'm gonna keep them separated for now. On top of the encounter deck, the base characters and the additional enemies gonna go into the same pile. This is kind of interesting because you can travel to the item box, but I'm not sure how to effectively implement this, but we'll see. We'll see how to add these as well. And the Tyrant and Wesker cards. So these are only for this expansion, so we'll see. There's even a cool looking part. Does the Wesker have? Yeah, Wesker has enemy Wesker card as well, so they separated. So what does the book hold inside? Of course, all the components, the cards, characters, all the enemies, and their related health tracks. New characters, advanced characters, new enemies, crows, web spinner, snakes, chimeras. So, epilogue cards. So this is the one that gives you the ranking at the end of the scenario. Epilogue cards add alternative endings to the Resident Evil the board game. At the start of the campaign, take the epilogue deck and remove the cards with the numbered square Returning these cards to the box. If you are playing in traitor mode, add number 1 epilogue card to the deck. And so you add them more and more. Poison will be added. Place effects. New weapon special symbol. So yeah, this is the dodge symbol, same from the last escape. Tagging character to be placed in adjacent square after the roll. It doesn't say here, but this means after the enemy attack is resolved. Should be reading here, like the next sentence. New narrative and mission cards. Separate the cards with square and star symbol and place them on side. Okay, so this is the traitor mode. So this is one mode that I'm really interested in trying. Enemy Wesker mode, setting him up, and gameplay, how he works. One danger zombie mode. In this mode, the characters are hunted by a unique zombie with a bandolier of explosives. So this is from the Resident Evil 1, so to say, remaster, remake. And there was a mode, once you completed the game in 2 to 3 times on normal and hard difficulty, you can play a game with an explosive zombie. So across the mansion, there are spawning one zombie with explosives attached to it. And if you kill him, the whole mission will end because the mansion will explode. So this is from that. Nice touch. Hard mode. Optional difficulty setting. What else? Real survivor mode and knife only mode. So this is the one that I'm really interested to play with only the knife. And real survivor mode takes hard mode and turns it even more of a challenge, including the revised turn order and dedicated item boxes. So these item boxes are meant to be used in real survivor mode. So they limit the uses of item box. Interesting, and clever at the same time. So we'll see how they will implement it. Then there's a map of a mansion and battle game mode. This is probably the same as in Mercenaries, but we'll see. Setting up and playing the game in the tension phase, and the enemy zombies give points this time. So one zombie crow gives 2 and so on and so forth. So this was the book for the director's cut. Interesting. So yeah. This was the unboxing of the director's cut box in Resident Evil 1. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks and bye.